Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudette, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. I'm live on my YouTube channel and I am back. I am back in my conference room in Palm City, Florida after a really fabulous Northeastern Tarot tour. For those of you who had readings with me, who had parties with me, I really appreciate you. And for those of you who were patient with me because my Wi-Fi was not so good and I hadn't figured out I could go live on my phone. I finally did figure that out. So I'm sorry, I sort of accidentally ghosted y'all and I really didn't mean to. I did post some pictures in the community thread. So thank you so much for your patience with me. It is so great to be back. It is so great to see you. And I really do appreciate you all. Thank you to my subscribers, to my members. And if you happen to be here and are not a subscriber, make sure you do subscribe and make sure you hit that bell so you get the notifications. And for those of you who are members, I so appreciate your support. And if you are a subscriber and not a member, please consider becoming a member. So we're going to jump right into it. But before we do, I do want to remind you that we've got Global Tarot Circle tonight, 7 p.m. The link is already up. I hope to see you there. And if you go to our Facebook group called Global Tarot Circle, let me know there what you might want to discuss tonight, what you might want to learn. And of course, we spend the first half hour of our time together doing some practice readings, and then we get into some discussion and informal tarot study. All right, so let's get going. Do you read the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter? If you don't, you can always subscribe. Just go to my website, christianagaudette.com. You can read the newsletter there and you can subscribe to get it into your inbox every Wednesday morning. And so most Thursdays, I come on at noon Eastern Time to talk about the newsletter and do some readings about the newsletter topic. So this week, the topic is building community. And, you know, when we talk about community, it's such an interesting thing. We are all part of communities, whether we read it or not, whether we know it or not. If you're a tarot person, if you have tarot decks, if you read tarot, you're part of the tarot community, whether you know it or not. So whether we see ourselves as active members of specific communities or not, we are all a part of probably many communities based on our particular affinities and identities. Now, one thing when we talk about active communities, I sort of laugh and think about the community sandbox because past a certain point, communities always get weird, right? We need them. It's necessary. We build them. We appreciate them. I love the community that we have here on YouTube. But at some point, most communities, not this one, of course, but most communities will get weird because people have issues with ego and power and all kinds of weird stuff. And so I thought it would be great today if we could do some readings around community questions. It may be about your own interactions with others. It may be about a community that you're trying to build or to form. It may be about a community that you are involved in. Whatever questions you have about community, go ahead and put them in and we will do that reading. I thought it would be fun if we could start with a reading for our YouTube community. What do we all need to know about this community that we share here on YouTube, specifically the Christiana Gaudette Tarot community, the community where we gather together for classes and for readings, especially now as we're coming back after this unfortunate brief hiatus. Not unfortunate that I was on tour, it was a good tour, but unfortunate that we did not have as much time to spend together. And now we're going to jump right back into doing our regular readings today, tomorrow, Saturday, and during our classes, live streams, all of that. So what do we all need to know about this community of which we are a part? The Queen of Swords. In this community, we speak the truth. The Ten of Wands. I may overload you with information. There may be times you feel a little overloaded with information. Temperance reversed. There may be times that we feel impatient, waiting for our turn to have a reading, or waiting for the time to be right, or waiting for the right topic to be covered. And so it is not always easy, but we will speak the truth, we will learn the truth, and we will know the truth. And that's what it's all about here. All right. All right, here we go. Hang on, I'm just scrolling down. All right. Here we go. So I will take these in the order in which I see them. Lisa Harmon, thank you for upgrading your membership to stars. Really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the extra content that gives you. Thank you so much. Okay, the first question we see is from Karen Winkle. Karen, thanks for being a member. You've been a member for 14 months. We really appreciate that support. All right. I'm in a community and thinking of leaving due to discrimination. These are close friends. Should I just ghost them or say why I'm leaving? And here's the thing. There's a lot of questions here because you haven't even really decided to leave. You're thinking about leaving. So let's start with the thinking about leaving and then look at all the different options. And this will be a good teachable moment for people just in terms of reading style. You know, that I don't want to jump to the question you asked. I want to start with being in this community, feeling discriminated against, what's going on there, and is it right to leave? And then if it is, what do you do with that? So first of all, this sense of discrimination that you're feeling, the Empress reverse makes you feel really, really bad. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel misunderstood. 9 of Wands, it makes you feel defensive. It does not feel good. So based on that, we recognize that you would not want to be in a position or actively put yourself in a position where you feel so bad. But do the people who are doing this, do they realize that this is what they are doing to you, that they're making you feel this bad? Ace of Swords, they have no idea. My guess is this is a kind of discrimination where they may not know, like they may be talking about, you know, people in a particular category and they may not know you're in that category. And they may have particular views where they don't care if they make people feel bad. So let's ask. If they don't know they're making you feel bad, they might, they might recognize that theoretically there are people that they could be making feel bad, but they don't know it's you. But would they care? Do they care that they're making people feel bad? Ace of Coins reversed. I would say probably not really. Like they don't have the presence of mind to recognize what they're saying, what they're seeing, how it could be read by people. And it does feel like you had mentioned it's kind of a hot button topic that, they could be in a sense, well, if this is where you fall, we don't care. So they don't know, but they don't care. But these are close friends. And now, are these close friends outside of this community? Will they still be your friends? Are they really close friends? So when we look at the level of the friendship, it's hard. Because I think if they were really close friends, you would be having a conversation with them. And I think you're afraid to have a conversation with them because you are not sure that the friendship would supersede this area of division. And so there's a question here that's even deeper, not just about leaving the community, but are these really close friends that felt like close friends? But are they really? Or will they let their divisive kind of opinions get in the way of this friendship? And so is it true then, given how bad this makes you feel and given that it doesn't feel like they're going to change this energy, is it true that you should leave this community? Death reversed, not necessarily. I wonder if there's a way, if there are benefits to being here. If there is a way that you could tell yourself that around this particular issue, these people are somewhat misguided. and if there is still a role for you in a way that you could make that feel okay. So we're going to go through how to leave, but recognize, it's not okay for you to feel as bad as you're feeling. And if you must leave in order to feel better, then that's what you have to do. But there may be a way you could stay. Not that they're going to treat you any better or treat the situation any better, but you may find a way to repackage it in your own mind. Now, if you do choose to leave, do you explain why? Or do you just ghost? Dang. It's really unfortunate, but I feel like in this case, the explanation is not going to help. The explanation is going to solidify the division. And so there's a part of me, and I'm not one who's usually a fan of ghosting, but it just feels like the subject matter is so fraught. It's so difficult that in this case, ghosting may be an option. And that may be a way to preserve friendships so that later on, when things have changed, you could forgive them and come back maybe. That's what I think. Let me know how you think, and I am so sorry you're going through this. Okay, before we take the next question, I want to say thank you to Wendy Milano for the super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Next question from Jake Tay. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. I've never really felt strongly connected to the idea of being in a community, although you're in our community and we're glad. I'm more a lone wolf and get quality over quantity. I think my question is, will I ever find people that get me or one good friend? Okay, so I think there's a lot of questions there. So first of all, why is this? And Two of Coins reversed, I think it may have to do with childhood trauma stuff. That in your childhood or in your family of origin, there have been things that have separated you from other people, and that this has been traumatic. It's not ideal and it doesn't feel good, and it makes it hard for you to trust people. It makes it hard for you to know when to stand up for yourself. It makes it hard for you just to participate in, the normal sort of banter that people have, and that's hard. It may be that social skills that you would have learned when you were young, you did not learn because of trauma and other things going on. So it may be that there are some social skills that you need to learn. Will you have one good friend? Yes, but you have to get to a place where you're willing to do that. A lot of this comes from you and your own willingness. Will you ever find people that get you? You have to allow yourself to be got. That's the thing. This is really coming from you. This is not about finding the right people, although of course that's part of it. It's that you have a hard time presenting yourself and giving people the opportunity to get you. And again, I think that comes from past trauma. So there's a real opportunity here for healing. All right. Von Ray, thank you. It's nice to be back. And Lisa comments that July 8th, 7/8, International Tarot Day. Very good. Okay. Oh, Lisa, you got the Tarot Muka. Great deck. Very good. And a Harry Potter meditation deck that is meh. Got it. Jean Mnuchin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. And it was so nice to see you during my tour. That was great. Thanks for taking the drive to see me. Frustration is growing that I am on the outside of my community trying to find a way in. Is there something I could be doing that I'm not? Will anything I tried lead to connections? So let's work backwards on this. Anything that you've so far tried, will that lead to connections? And the answer is absolutely yes. It is taking time. It's taking time. It's taking time. It's taking time because pandemic. It's taking time because New England. New England always takes time. It's taking time for so many reasons. But yes, yes, yes. Keep trying. Those attempts will lead and will grow. It's like a spider spinning little threads that will eventually weave a whole web. It will happen. Now, is there something else you could be doing that you're not doing? Ace of Wands reversed, King of Swords, Six of Swords. I mean, you always have to be present. You always have to communicate. And these are hard things for you to do. This is not your easiest thing, but you just have to keep pushing, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and it will bear fruit, I promise. And so then we go back to the first thing. Frustration is growing that I am on the outside of my community trying to find a way in. And the answer is yes, Nine of Pentacles, but reversed. Some of this is true and some of this is perception. Some of this, I mean, yes, you're dealing with people who have been like in close-knit groups for a long time. But, you know, this has been something that is a familiar feeling for you. And I think that you're probably more on the inside than you realize. Hey, Zuri, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Nesty, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Martha Vink, nice to see you. It was so good to see you during my tour. What will be the most effective ways of building community in my new job? Let's see what we got. Ah, I dropped a card. And that card is the Seven of Coins. Focus on the work of building the community and getting other people to do the work as well. It may be work that needs to be done around the community. It may be a particular project, but getting people to work together on a common goal and having that be fun. You know, it needs to be about projects. It needs to be about the projects that we do and the way we communicate love to each other. So get people involved in stuff right away. All right. Lisa Harmon, I thought we started out weird. What does that mean? Help me out here. And yes, everybody, please do like this video. Thanks for that reminder, Lisa. Amber A, nice to see you. Teresa Chase, happy to see you. Thank you for welcoming me back. Thanks for being a member here. Today we are talking about community. Any question that you have about community, about friendship, about people around you, or communities that you're in or want to be a part of or are a part of and don't want to be a part of, go ahead and ask that question. Von Ray, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using a members only emoji. What more can I do to build a good, strong friend community? Always a good question. Let's see what we got for you, Von Ray. Four of Coins. Take your time. Earlier up, I think it was Jake Tay was talking about quality over quantity, or maybe that was Lisa Harmon, or both of you. Think about that. You know, you don't need a lot. You just need great. So take your time and recognize that keeping it small is good. Be confident in yourself. Recognize that the more confident you are in yourself, the better you're going to do. And do not be afraid to reach out to people and show people who you are. That's really the key. Wendy Milano, again, thank you for being a member. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chat. How am I being perceived within my work community? What a great question, and thank you for welcoming me back. I'm so happy to be back. My mom used to say that the best part of going away is coming back again. And she loved to travel too. She had some great trips in her life, but she also really enjoyed the return home. And I think there's some wisdom there. All right. How am I being perceived within my work community? The Hanged Man, King of Wands reversed, the Chariot reversed, the Six of Wands. They know that you're capable. They know that you're good at what you do. They know that you're learning. And they've been seeing you learn and grow, but maybe hanging back a little bit. They might be ready for you to move forward. They might think you're more ready than you think you are. The advice here is maybe to ask questions and to see yourself more solidly in the community. I think you've been sort of feeling like, I'm the new girl, but you're really doing great, and they see it, so they need you to see it and you need to see it so that you can feel more confident. They want you to feel more confident. Okay. Lisa Harmon. Lisa Harmon, we're crazy. Screwball having a wicked or warped sense of humor. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Okay. Lisa Harmon, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. I'm an outsider in my work community. Right now, I'm keeping my mouth shut except for the small chit-chat. Any suggestions leaving work is not an option. I hear you. Okay, so Nine of Wands. You know, to some extent, you are an outsider because you've made yourself an outsider because you energetically are not compatible with a lot of the people there. And so you're careful. You're careful about what you share with them and how you share with them. And that is wise. That is wise. And you are perceived as one who hangs back a little bit. But you're also perceived as super good at your work and people like you. So it's like you're not in the clique, but you're not liked. You are well liked. And so the thing is, I think you're a little uncomfortable because you're uncomfortable with some of the energy there. The more you're comfortable with yourself, the more you're comfortable being yourself and comfortable in your own skin, the more you'll be comfortable with the differences between yourself and the people there. Does that make sense? And I don't think that anyone is meaning to make you feel bad. They're just weird. You know, they got their own anxieties. So if they're doing anything that makes you feel bad, it's probably not intentional. They've got their own stuff. That's really the way I see that. All right. And I want to say thank you so much to Dora for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. Thank you so very much, and thanks for being here. Horse Fan Dunn, so happy to see you. It's great to see you again. Okay, Nesty, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Okay. Okay. So, Nesty, my 12-year-old daughter was in tears, feeling not part of her community at school. She feels too different and wonders what's wrong with her. We talked about it. Will she be okay? Man, oh, my heart goes out to her. I'm glad that she can talk about it. I'm glad she can use her words to identify what she's feeling and talk with you, and that you can talk with her about it. That's a beautiful thing. And I will tell you, even without the cards, the fact that that's true means that she will be okay. But let's see what the cards say. Oh, yes. And she will find a way to be okay with the ways she feels on the outside, and she'll find friends and find people with whom she feels on the inside, and it will go back and forth between those things for a long time because she's never going to be that inner circle person because she's got too much integrity. And she'll take pride in that, and that will be okay, and she will find good friends. So, not to worry, you're doing a good job. Feedback from Karen, you absolutely nailed it. I feel awful in this situation. Each email makes me feel worse. In my opinion, they are very misguided on the subject and very strongly set in their own opinions. Yeah, it's hard. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay. Horse Fan Dunn. Thinking of signing up for an online work community, freelance work. Will this be good for me, and will I get jobs this way? Let's take a look. And Horse Fan Dunn, thank you for being here, and thanks for being a member. Okay. Yes, 100% good for you. Not an overwhelming amount of work, but some work. This is a great idea. Yes. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. I would definitely say do it. For a lot of different reasons, do it. Oh, Dora, thank you for showing the cards as you read. I learn a lot from that. Thank you. Card Cam, man, we love it. We love it. Lisa, it seems like some of us feel like we're outsiders looking in. I wonder if that has to do with the psychic thing. I've always felt that way too. So maybe psychics feel that way. All right. The next question I see is from Betty Flesher. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I'm working on a community neighborhood project, upgrading paving, etc., dealing with City Hall. Oh my gosh, you know what they say about dealing with City Hall. Okay, will it happen and when? It will take forever. Be patient, be patient, be patient. It will happen. It will happen, and it will be good, and it will take forever. Stay in a good mood about it. Be patient, be communicative. It will happen. Okay. Oh, Wendy, more confidence would definitely help. Yep, and thank you for using one of the members-only emojis. Okay, Dora, once again, thank you so much for the super sticker. I am in conflict with some people in my spiritual temple. I am so sorry. Am I perceiving things wrongly? Am I the problem, not them? So first of all, I so appreciate your ability to look at that. Am I the drama? Really? You know, but just we all have to be able to do that. We have to be able to look at ourselves in these situations. So the fact that you can do that, you know, that's a really good skill. That's a great thing. So when we look at what's really going on here, what you're perceiving, the people that you're in conflict with, so... You know, when we look at the people that you're in conflict with, I don't think you're wrong. I think it's good that you can look at all of this. I think that there's still value in the temple. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think that you should use this as a reason to remove yourself from the community because there's still value here. And I think there's a way to resolve the conflict, or at least to take the goodness from the temple and enjoy the goodness that's in the temple, even though there is this conflict. And I don't think you're at fault here. I don't. And I think that the problem with these other people is they have a lot of power and leadership, and they do mean well. They really do mean well, but they don't know what they don't know, and they think they know more than they do. And there is some ego. There's power and ego going on here. So you may need to agree to disagree, and don't, like, they're triggering something in you. They're triggering something in you that's been there for a long time. And this is where, like, you're not perceiving it wrongly, but the level of intensity that you're perceiving here has more to do with trauma from your past than it does with what they're doing. What they're doing sucks, but it's not necessarily as bad as you think it is. Does that make sense? There. Okay. Okay, very good. Pamela's Insight, so nice to see you. How am I letting feeling like an outsider hinder me and help me? What a great question. So it hinders you in some of the work that you want to do, because you don't really know how to create your audience. Because, and I promise you, you can feel like an outsider and still create your audience. I promise. But I think you need to figure out how to do that. How does it help you? I think it helps you speak to a wider audience. It helps you be there for everyone, not just a few people. So I think the key is, do not let feeling like an outsider limit you. It's okay to be an outsider, because an outsider de facto is part of everything. And that's probably important to know. Okay. Dora, you got it. So yeah, you may be overreacting. You're not wrong, Dora, but you may be overreacting a little. All right. From my perspective, I have gotten to every question here. If I accidentally missed you, I'm embarrassed and so sorry. Please do reiterate. Global Tarot Circle tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there or be square. Bring your cards. If you have particular things you'd like to talk about, hop on over to Facebook, the Global Tarot Circle group, and let us know what you'd like to discuss. We'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Again, great thanks to all of you. Thank you to the members especially, and to those of you who helped out with super chats and super stickers. Really appreciate all of you. And just to let you know, I'm here for the next couple of weeks. Our schedule will be as usual. And then I'll be on a quick tour to the Tampa Bay area. If you happen to be in the Tampa Bay area, make sure you make arrangements to see me June 23rd through 27th. And remember, too, we have a Zoom class coming up on the 29th and a members-only class coming up on the 30th. All right. I will look forward to seeing you soon, hopefully tonight at Global Tarot Circle. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you.